babies, woman babies, and they babies. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and today I might be alone. I don't know. I can't remember if me and Rob agreed we weren't going to do a show today or we were. I sent him the invite. I don't know where he's at. He's probably out drawing, doodling, doing his doodles. So we'll have to see what happens. But what I wanted to do today was actually participate in my buddy Star Wars Santa. Every single week, he does like a poll for every episode. Not a North Pole, not a South Pole. Those jokes are tired. Stop doing that to him. He doesn't appreciate it. But mostly, a poll about your thoughts. So I want to fill that out on the show today, and we'll see how we do. I was going to give Rob the option of doing his own, because it's Santa's poll. It's not really mine. This is going to be like, dude, you could get in there and do your own. But since he's not here right now, I guess I'm speaking for us both. And if he doesn't get here soon, then whatever I say is what he says. It's on him. He's as fault for the bad predictions as I am. So, but for what it's worth, I wanted to put this up because I don't know what it means. That's the comedy of it. The Book of Boba Fett premiere viewership 13% higher than Hawkeye. I mean, what does that mean? This is from Deadline. So when it came to the Wednesday through Sunday viewership of Disney Plus's Lucasfilm's The Book of Boba Fett, 1.7 million U.S. households tuned in to learn more about the mysterious bounty hunter's origin in the first episode, Stranger in a Strange Land. That episode dropped on Wednesday, December 29th. Just full of factual information, but not why I'm here. I know I was there. The audience for Book of Boba Fett, measured by Samba TV across 46 million TV devices, with a panel of 3 million smart TV households who watched at least 5 minutes, was 13% higher than the 5-day premiere of Disney Plus's Marvel's Hawkeye, which was watched by 1.5 million. Okay, so that's actually not really like that many when you get down to it. I mean, it was 1.5 million, if I'm understanding this correctly. This is kind of sounds like boring math problems to me right now, but 1.5 million, and it's like, so they're like talking like 2.5 million hits or views is good for. I guess this is a streaming service and it's a smaller than it was, because like Clone Wars back in the day was getting like 4 million views, and sometimes I think it maybe one time it got 6, but I think it was capping out at like 4 million views, somewhere between 2 to 3 million usually for the Clone Wars episodes. Is that important? Yeah, it kind of is in a weird way. It has to do with exposure, in terms of like mass consciousness of the product, of what's going on, and also the future of Star Wars for what that's worth. Of course, this is just the opening premiere. It came out in a weird time as well. But I really don't know what the normal numbers are. I never really paid attention to it. My thing has always been, is it making money enough that I'm going to get more? And yeah, if it is, then I'm good with that. That's always where I've fallen. So, in my head, I actually had all of these Jeremy Renner, you suck, you're nothing, Jeremy Renner jokes in my head, as a joke. But then I know that some of you would probably take it too seriously. But my favorite thing ever is when Jeremy Renner had that app, and when he had the app, if you posted a reply, the comment message in the app would show it as if Jeremy Renner was saying it. So you could write, "I like to diarrhea on babies." Then it would say Jeremy Renner says, "I like the diarrhea on babies." It was great. It was like the funniest like couple of days. Then they just closed the app down. They just quit the app. It broke it. It totally broke it. So Tamara Morrison, maybe you should get an app, dude. Think about it. But in the UK, Book of Boba was watched by 188,000 households. It's negative 6% behind Hawkeye. Germans love Hawkeye. Germans love David Hasselhoff. Germans love Hawkeye. And 13K Australian houses, 86 ahead of the Kate Bishop show. Kate Bishop, you got fucking owned. Kate Bishop, you should just quit. You should just quit your show because Boba Fett is now. It's what the people want. You're 86% behind. You're done. I have no idea what the Kate Bishop show is. I'm sure it's fine. In the UK, Northeast, and Cumbria, is that really a place? Over indexed most plus people in Cumbria love the Book of Boba Fett. And so, anyways, yeah, there's a bunch of numbers. So we'll have to see how that all washes out. How's the chat doing? I had to minimize it. And I didn't, for all I know, you guys are laughing at me, calling me names, Ducky Momos, trying to take my eyes out with the sign of the devil. Listening on my phone as I get a phone call. Shut up, phone. Shut up, phone. Don't you know I'm on the internet right now? Listening on my phone since I'm not liking this about my laptop. Man, dude, we gotta get you some new internet. What's up, lady? Oh, Max. Hey, Jason. Hey, Star Wars Anna. Hey, Dell. So everyone's saying hi. Is Rob sleeping? I'm thinking we got a sleepy little Rob. I think Rob's like, I'm gonna have to stay up all night, watch the Book of Boba Fett. I'm gonna take a little baby cat nap. And then he just didn't wake back up. You know, forever sleep. Dark. It got dark. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, that's probably what happened. And yesterday we were like, I don't know, are we doing a show tomorrow? And I said I would probably do one. I don't think he was really committed to it, like in a sense that he said he was. So we'll have to see. But we'll just keep asking the question until he shows up. You know, one of these days. Tonight, when we do the Book of Boba Fett episode 2, that's when we'd be like, dude, you weren't even there today. Like, your opinion is what? You weren't even there today. Fake fan. Tired of these fake fans like Rob coming on my Star Wars show, not even showing up. Okay, so this is Star Wars Anna's Book of Boba Fett predictions, and I put a link to it in the description, so you can do yours at the same time or after this if you want to. And then you could tune in the Star Wars Santa show, and he will read them out and give the results. Now, we already missed week 1, so we're probably not going to win this thing all in all because we didn't do the first week. So that's just the way it is, okay? So, number 1, Boba Fett kills someone. To this one, I got to be like, Star Wars Santa, are you serious right now? Like Boba Fett's not going to kill somebody? That's like the whole point of the show. It should be called the laser sword gun of Boba Fett or something. Okay. Fennec kills someone. I'm gonna say yeah. I feel like the organization of the show is Fennec should be killing before Boba usually because she's his Boba Fett if he was Jabba the Hutt, right? So Jabba the Hutt, I guess he didn't really need to kill somebody, but this is a very political choice right here. We see the slave one. I don't think we'll see the slave one, but I do think we'll see the fire spray buddy. What year is it? 2020 when they called it that. Stupid. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and I've had a theory about the old Slave One, about the title. In real life, did Disney want to ditch it because of political overtones? America's terrible history with slavery and things that maybe we just don't really want to glorify as being part of anything heroic. Probably. I mean, that's most likely what happened. But we do see Boba Fett become enslaved by Tusken Raiders, and even for a short enough time that he was like, you know what, this slavery stuff isn't for me. I'm going to rename my ship Tusken Freedom 2. I don't know, but it does need a name. If you're going to get rid of the old name, you need to come up with a better name, and you need to give it that name because you don't just call it Boba Fett Starship. What's that called? Oh, Boba Fett Starship. Oh, Boba Fett Starship is docking. I mean, come on. That's just silliness. Okay. Number 4. Someone will say Jabba in this episode. He does go around going like, I want to rule with respect. Jabba ruled with fear. But he said that in the first episode. He doesn't need to say it again. No, you know what? He will, because we know Fennec Shand is standing over that pit No, she says that Jabba would have turned into his. She already said that, right? I watched so many of these stupid screen caps. I'm just gonna say yeah. Somebody's gonna say Jabba. All right, Boba visits Tossie Station. I think that's likely to happen in this one. I think it's likely Robert Rodriguez, because I'm against spoilers. You know, everybody knows that about me. I don't like spoilers. I don't want to read them. I don't want to watch them. I don't even watch trailers before. You know, that's the kind of guy I am. So, but Robert Rodriguez said it was only from the first 15 minutes, and so I watched them all, and I got tricked. It was lied to. I'm kidding. But Boba Fett visits Tossie Station. I think that's likely to happen tonight. And by tonight, I mean midnight when I stay up, and I'm very tired tomorrow. Man, I'm getting too old for this shit because I still feel tired from the last one. I still barely got caught up with fixing my sleep from that. Boba fights the Nikto gang. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say that that has to happen now too. Um, because I mean those guys got it coming. I have a feeling it's like I have a feeling that if those guys are going on. When I watched the very first episode, I thought the Nikto gang was at Cammy and Fixer's house or whatever, the little station, Tashi Station. I thought they were there at first, but when I watched it again, I was like, oh no, that's just some other random folio getting harassed and tagged on. All right, Boba confronts the Authorian mayor. I don't see how that could not happen. That has to happen. It's you can't do a big build up. Like if you're gonna do a big build up about, oh, there's this mayor, you're gonna meet him. Oh, there's this mayor, he knows you're here. Oh, and then they're gonna meet up, and then it's just some like old dude in like some mayor robes being like, here's the key to the city, Boba Fett. I mean, that's pretty lame. So I think it's already been too built up. I think like he should be like a cool creature, like Jabba the Hutt or something. I like a hammerhead. So on one hand, I kind of like am jazzed that we got a hammerhead dude who's kind of getting some work. But on the other hand, it would have been cool if it had more personality, something a little bit crazier along the lines of Jabba the Hutt. Maybe make him a giant frog or something. But for it being something we've already seen before, I'm glad that we're getting that one out of the way. All right, we see a Rancor. Well, okay, so this is the question: is we've been working as a community under the theory. I think it was Red Five Strong who said it. I think that they're having that dinner with all of the Aqualish dudes and whatever, and they're sitting over the Rancor pit, and then we are assuming that they go over here to get some fresh champagne, and then instead of corking it, they go ha, they pull that thing, and then it all comes down, and then they all get eaten by the Rancor because we see a shot of them looking down through the Rancor's little pit, little cage thing, and so I gotta think that happens in this episode too. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna go with yes. All right, we see the swoop bite chase. Yeah, and my mini prediction could be if they're not integral to the whole episode, I think that they will show up by the end of this one. Maybe at the very end, they're like there's some kind of entanglement between them and a Vespa gang. I guess. I mean, they don't honestly. They don't look bad. They look good. They look like heroic Star Wars characters. Actually, the two cats on the bikes. That said, those Vespas, like Count Dooku, didn't look very tough on his little rascal that he rode on Attack of the Clones. So if you're gonna go rascal and you're old, then it's cool. But when you're trying to be a punk, but you're on a scooter, you're a mod. You're not a punk. Mods got beat up. So, anyways, I think they're going to show up at the very end at least. We see a flashback scene. This is already confirmed. I mean, I saw on Star Wars Meg's show today. Yeah, I think today that one of the actors who played the Tusken Raider. I thought this was pretty interesting. One of the actors who played the Tusken Raider confirmed that he plays a stormtrooper in Obi-Wan Kenobi. He says playing the stormtrooper in Obi-Wan Kenobi is a much bigger role than what he got to do as a Tusken Raider. I don't think he has any lines. He may have lines as a stormtrooper, is kind of, I think, the implication here. Just an implication. So, it doesn't mean anything, but anyways, Meg had a good idea. Meg speculated that dude may play the stormtrooper who's in Kenobi, but it's the stormtrooper who goes down the Sarlacc pit. So we may see that Sarlacc that guy, that stormtrooper in the pit dead, and that Boba uses him. We may see how he gets in there in the Kenobi show. So that would be kind of like one of those small little things where you're like, oh, it's all connected, you guys. It's amazing. It could go that way. So, we see a flashback scene. We will see a flashback scene, and that is confirmed by the guy who plays the Tusken. Also confirmed by the kids who played the Tusken's parents. All right, Din Djarin cameo, or Din Da Djarin, if you want to be a jerk, which I do. Din Djarin cameo. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say if he's gonna show up, it's going to be on the back end. I mean, not and there was the 4chan leak. If that ends up being legit at all, I think tonight's the night where we know if that had any legs at all. Um, but I still think he would be a back end character most likely. Luke Skywalker cameo. So I would honestly throw the Luke Skywalker cameo in with the Han Solo cameo. That might have, maybe this one should have said Luke Skywalker or Han Solo, or it should be two separate questions. But I'm going to say no to a Luke Skywalker cameo. I mean, it does make sense if we. The whole thing is will the memories eventually get to Return of the Jedi? Like as because I mean we've seen him all in the post Return of the Jedi stuff, and then we've seen him before. Will is that just was that just getting out of the way when we saw Camino? It might have just been getting it out of the way. Like, oh yeah, this he was born here, his daddy died here, and then now here we are. That it might be that simple. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. As much as I would love to see certain things explored, um, the reality is that like Camino and Boba Fett and that kind of jazz, if they want to go back there and handle it, then I'm cool with it. But when you just get things referenced, it means it's not ever going to happen for the most part. If it's usually, you would think, if it's just a reference, it probably won't be happening on screen anytime soon. Grogu cameo. I'm gonna say no because I think those two go together. All right, Cobb Vanth cameo. See that is a pretty good one to throw out there because at some point we could see him looking at Cobb Vanth and being like, "That fool has my armor. I want my armor back." That seems likely to eventually happen. And then Mando comes in, another Mando, and he's probably like, "What the hell? Another Mando?" And he's got my armor now. But there has to be a reason. He has to feel like he's not up to it for a while, I would think, or he doesn't have a lead on it. So I'm gonna say not yet. If it does happen, I hope it does happen. Um, Cobb Vanth should have a pretty bright future in Star Wars, from what I hear. Black, oh, Chrysanthemum. How do you say his name? Chrysanthemum. Cameo. Okay, so on this one, I'm like sending by that there's a Wookiee. I've seen a Wookiee. I can't say for sure it's this character though, so I'm not really sure how to answer this one. The Reddit leak, Reddit leak, 4chan leak put it in there. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with no. All right, the Curia cameo. Kira. It's supposed to, it's Kira. Her name is Kira, but the way it's written, it looks like Kira. And I'm gonna say she is. Oh man, this is the one where if those rumors are true, it's gonna happen, right? This is about that point. We're leaving Act One, so see if you go Kira, you got to go Cad Bane. I mean, number one, okay, outside of the 4chan league, what do we have going for Kira so far? We have that music. We have that leitmotif played from the Crimson Dawn stuff, right? That is that could just be a theme for the Star Wars criminal underworld. That could be the underworld theme and not the Crimson Dawn theme. It could be. I don't know. But if the mayor is handled in this one, I don't think the mayor is going to die based off of the leak that said we were going to have Gamorrean guards meeting a hammerhead and then their first adversaries and then they team up. So that makes me, I mean, that's not really my prediction. That was a leak. And so I gotta say, I feel the presence I haven't felt since Rob. Can you hear me? He can't hear us. That will teach him. The fool. Anyways, well, I'll give Rob a second, and then we'll see if we hear him. So okay, all right. So the Curia cameo. That little piece of music isn't a confirmation. Are the comic books a confirmation?
Now I can hear you.
There you are.
Now I can hear you.
Voice.
I know.
How's it going, man?
I was afraid to make a prediction, so I was just hiding under my desk, and I was like, I gotta get out. I gotta do this show. I can't be afraid.
All right. So all right. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to jump on board and go over mine with me, and we do it as a team, or do you want to get your own and then do your own and give your reasons?
Oh, so you go first and then I go, or we go at the same time?
We could do, yeah. Well, either you just jump in on mine and we start negotiating this.
I'll just jump in on yours. That's fine.
Okay, yeah. Or you could open that link and then we could do. Okay, so okay. Up top, we're going up top real quick. All right, Boba Fett's gonna kill someone.
No. Yes, he will. Yes.
He's gonna kill someone.
Yes.
Fennec's gonna kill someone.
No.
You say no?
I say different. I'll write this down.
Okay. We got to debate this one out though here. Okay, Fennec is Boba's right hand person. So
yes.
if someone's gonna get killed, it should theoretically be Fennec doing it before Boba, right? So shouldn't we see Fennec as the number one assassin in line to do the killing?
But but he keeps telling her not to kill people. So,
but if Fennec does it, does Boba still do it by proxy as her boss? See, this is complicated here. This is a complicated question.
I think you look, man. I'm gonna get everything I say. I feel like I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
No, just get in trouble.
I feel like you're giving the show way too much credit. Like,
yeah,
I think like they're not thinking it that much. So right now, like I went back and watched. I think it's like 34 minutes is the first episode.
Yeah,
and it was like closer to 15 minutes was like the Tusken kid stuff and then the modern story. So hypothetically, we may only get 15 minutes of modern story, right?
Oh shit, my volume was down. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's why I was having a hard time hearing you, man. Like maybe it was me. I had to like crank it way up. So.
I'm back. All right, man. See what happens when I don't have Rob around, you guys. This is why you guys in the comments need to realize if Rob's not here, you can't even hear me. So I'm just saying whatever you want to hear.
Maybe that's like Blockbuster. I just fucking won't die. You know what I mean?
All right. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna say Fennec doesn't kill someone. Boba does. Fennec doesn't. Yeah. Although I think it should be flipped. Probably, but we'll see because Boba, they might want, because they're probably gonna want to, if there's not many killings, they're gonna want to give it to Boba. All right. Do you think this is the one where we see that Slave One scene?
Slave One scene?
We remember we saw it in the clips. They walk up to Slave One and they're like, there it is. See, I think my prediction is they're gonna go out there to get it, and they haven't really got to use it too much, and then they're gonna fly it to the mayor's house. Honk, honk, it's me, Mayor. I'm in the fire spray, not the Slave One. I know you're up for election next year. You don't want any connections to a ship called Slave One, so I'm just going with it called Boba Starship today. And there's your explanation right there, live on screen, voiced by Robert Rodriguez.
There's a fennec spray joke in there somewhere I don't want to make. I'm afraid to get in trouble. So no,
Yeah.
I think the fire spray thing is a flashback story though. It's a fetback.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, now he has the ship. We've seen him. He has the ship, right?
Yeah.
So the thing where he sneaks up and sees the ship back there.
All right.
I
Well,
mean, unless they take his castle over and he has to get it back, which would be incredibly. Man,
yeah. I don't think they're going to want to go into that. Let's just go with let's go with more of a production mindset. Then I'm going to put my headphones on so I can hear you better. Let's go with more of a production mindset on it. Then everything that we've seen, for the most part, from the first 2 episodes. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good bet. I'm gonna take no, just because it makes sense. Like, what you said makes sense, but I'm gonna go no. It was funny. I listened to Star Wars 7x7, who I think is probably one of the more practical people out there,
Uh-huh.
you know, on the internet, and like him dodging around the confusion of like, really thought we'd guess this is a low stakes show. I'm like, yes, the Karate Cobra Kai is a low stakes show. This is like, I mean, all I have to do is kill a couple people, and I guess I don't know. Like it's weird. It's the stakes are. Do I do something or don't I? That's a little weird. Like
Yeah.
do I kill someone or don't I?
I
stakes.
Yeah.
Like
I think that the stakes haven't been set yet. I think going with whatever it happens to be, whether it's whether the meaty stakes are good or not. I don't think they've actually been laid out. I think it's not until we get to the mayor and he's not dealing with the local bar or whatever.
Right, Boba so far hasn't had anything to lose.
Yeah.
Like
his eyebrows.
He's just. It'd be fun if she just drew him in. She's like, you got angry eyes.
Oh shit! I had a girlfriend like that in high school. She also did lip liner. I wonder if he's gonna do lip liner as well.
That 90s cholo look. Don't do it. Oh, you know.
Hey, sometimes it's hot. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they put that black lipstick on, and I'm like, "Hey, lady, how's it going?"
My cousin was close to a model and could not pull that one off. So I think
that's the problem. Is close to a model and car wash model aren't the same thing. That's the problem right there. Because you see them at the car wash and you're like, you wear that way, you do those eyebrows like that. All right, so Boba could have maybe have taken a few tips from Chola culture. We've agreed on that one. So but that wasn't on the form, unfortunately. We see, okay, slave one. Yeah, I'm gonna
on that UOV.
Okay. See, we should have done 2 forms here, but okay, I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna give it to you. All right. Someone says Jabba in this episode.
Well, it's Jabba.
Yeah. So we've already have. Did we already have the scene where she says Jabba would have fed you to his menagerie by now?
Yeah, that's in the
That's when the dude. Yeah. So that already happened. So but when he talks to the mayor, when he talks to the mayor, that's a prime time moment. That's when Jabba should have probably first been mentioned, don't you think?
Yeah. What if we're wrong on everything?
We won't be.
The pacing of the first episode has thrown off all my logical guessing.
Yeah.
None of us, let's be honest, none of us could have ever predicted 15 minutes of the show would be just him in the desert yelling at a Rodian voiced by Sam Witwer. Nobody had that bingo card. I mean, not even Bob Iger, like, I gotta get back to this company.
I was thinking about like when reality finally all breaks down and we are flung into the Star Wars universe because all universes become real and we have that adventure. Like the 80s always promised us that like our Nintendo would like pull us into the screen and we would like be like Captain and the Game Master. So when that happens to us and we end up in the Star Wars universe, if we're on Tatooine, what I want to do is I got it all figured out though. What we do is we just get some chains and we throw them around those Kraken monsters from episode 1, right? We like chain them up, right? And then we have them lay those eggs in the sand. But what they don't know is that we use droids and we've made a cement wall like 1,000 feet down, and it's like a big cube, like a with the top off, like a trash can in the sand. And we put them in there, we chain them up, then they just lay those little water eggs in there, and we send pit droids in there to get the water eggs, and we just drink and laugh and drink and laugh.
Yeah, and the reality, it kills us in about 3 seconds flat. Story over.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I could. I think if I lost my eyebrows, I'd be a different dude. You know. See, look,
bro. People, go watch Fire Festival again and get back to me about surviving on Tatooine.
Yeah, that was.
People way overestimate their survival chances. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I could sleep on an island in the island wind with my little tent, my little Camp Snoopy tent.
Come on, let's just everyone just be honest with yourself. Most people they'd last 5 seconds, 5 minutes.
I don't know, dude.
Minutes on Tatooine. Like,
listen, I'll be honest with you guys. The Rancor Keeper could totally be on this panel right now if he was a real dude, like Malakili.
I was gonna say, if you saw me at like 12 months ago, my COVID weight.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Malakili, he could be on this show. He touched the TV, was sucked into it. And then look at the job he ended up holding. He was the Rancor Keeper. Nobody saw that for him. You don't know until you're in the shit, man. You don't know.
He's the only person who cries in Return of the Jedi, and I believe it.
Yeah. You know why?
Think about that.
It's because at first Anakin had his eyebrows. He was able to hide behind them, and then Lucas digitally removed them. But by the way, I was going to ask you, I don't know if you mentioned it and I didn't hear it, or if I mentioned it and forgot I said it, but do you get like major THX vibes when Boba's walking around in his jumpsuit, like running around with the bald head and the jumpsuit? I feel like he's about to walk onto the THX 138 set. Like, yeah. I
wonder if it's somewhat intentional.
It's
goofy. I have clowned the run cycles on Bad Batch. Like, remember when they cut to the hammerhead and he's running? Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, Boba does it. Like this is how people run in Star Wars.
My favorite's Padme's run. Padme after when she's in the sand, she's just like straight up PE girl runs it after the crash. But
was she on a treadmill for that, or did she actually run?
I don't know. It could have been good genetics, but I saw that tummy when that thing ripped it off for us. Thank you, thing that ripped it off for us. And I was like, she works out.
It's almost an Austin Powers style rip. Like, it gets very close, right?
Right now,
believable.
George Lucas is watching this show and he goes, that's me. I'm the Nexu.
Yeah, that was my code word. Instead, if you want to hide it, came up with Nexu. Yeah, it's game time.
It's game time. All right. Nexium Colts. Okay, Boba. Did we say Boba visits Tosche Station? I think that's in this one.
This makes the most sense, right?
Yeah. All right, Boba fights the Nikto gang. Those two go hand in hand together. It's almost the same. Like you can't have one without the other. The Nikto gang is in Tosche Station, right?
Niktos.
I thought so.
So we're confused because we said Nexu. And I was like,
oh no, Nexus.
The Nexu game would be great if they were like, we're the Nexus, like Eagle Fang from Cobra.
Yeah, we're Nexu Fang. Yeah. That's you know what? I think we need to look at this whole thing differently. Fucking basically, here's what's been going on, you guys. Star Wars Santa Doe thinks he's better than us. Thinks he has all the answers. Okay. but we over here at Bantha Thing, we don't see it that way. We're I don't know. We need a better one.
Panthers
Bantha
don't
Thing
have
is no
fangs. They're
good.
herbivores.
Neither do eagles, though. Neither do eagles. So
Oh shit! You got me on that one. No shit, Rob. I mean, yeah. All right. It's like when people try to make like science sense out of like Spider-Man. Like, magical wouldn't work this way. Magic wouldn't work, and he wouldn't. I'm like, it's fucking a man who sticks to walls. Shut up. Like at some point, just don't.
yeah.
Making sense.
So okay, we're the Nexu Talon Do Karate, and yeah, so we're gonna take them on. All right. Anyways, here we go. Boba fighting the Nictu gang. Yeah, so we say yeah. Okay, Boba confronts the Authorian mayor.
Yeah, but look, that has to happen.
That
I
has
put
to
yes
happen.
because if it doesn't happen, this show's officially broken, and so it
If
just has to.
yeah, it's a busted, broken show, and they're tricking us for no reason. Oh, what? We're gonna meet the mayor? Yay! You know how much Rob loves the mayor. He's never wanted. It's like they watched Portlandia and they thought that's how everybody was because that one guy from what's that show?
Never saw it.
Twin Peaks. Oh, Portlandia is great, but the mayor, Twin Peaks guy is the mayor, and everybody
Oh,
loves
okay.
him. Yeah, he's great. All right, Boba confronts the Authorian mayor. So I'm gonna say yeah, but we see a Rancor.
No.
Now, here's the thing: is we saw them looking down the Rancor pit. Do they do? So I believe, based on along with the rumor that there will be a Rancor. So with that in mind, there will be a Rancor. We see them looking down at the pit.
Rancor.
Yeah. So do they look down into the pit, and does it imply the Rancor? They don't show it, and then they show it during his fantastic ride. They save it for then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm
We
gonna
just
go.
got a big monster fight. Like I imagine they would alternate monster fights.
Yeah, that whole King Conan part about it is what makes me go.
Yeah,
Monster
but they're
fights.
invoking Godfather as well, and
True. Yeah.
I just do not know. I say no.
All right. So do we see? We said no. Do we see the swoop bike chase scene? I'm going to say it's at least by the end. If we go on the thesis that everything we've seen is from the first two episodes. Because if they were showing us stuff from the third episode, I just
bike chase implies a Rancor. No, I'm gonna say no because I don't think the Rancor pillages through town in the second episode.
The second episode, you say no to that.
No, I think those are tied.
Yeah.
His name is Hammerhead.
And then we know from
time.
We know from the leaks that wait, I was gonna say I had something on the tip of my tongue.
I know. I googled.
Anyways, so we see the swoop bike chasing, so we're gonna say no. So that means that we had it at least has to be by the third episode that that's a character at all.
And we're talking about the next episode, and we only got 15 minutes supposedly of modern day storytelling. So
we see a flash.
The Anchorhead stuff's all in the past, right? That isn't now. So
yeah. My guess is that yet the Tuskens are spying on those on that gang doing that stuff in their territory. They haven't attacked yet because they're probably more formidable force than, let's say, like some farmers or something. And then so they're going to scout it out, but I think eventually he's going to see what they're doing or he knows what they're doing because they killed the guy in the first episode, right? At the farm.
That's unclear. Like I think if those dudes were dead, they would have just gone and taken the water. My guess is they just fucked everyone up and took their shit.
But they also wrote their name on the wall.
Yeah, like this is our territory.
Yeah, like I own you now.
It's our pit stop. I don't think they killed anyone. I think they were just like, you take care of this shit, but we get water when we want, bitches.
Yeah, and the gang is in the past. Yes.
It just dawned on me, and maybe I'm way off on this, but like the speeder bike chick. What if that is in the past? That's
right.
She's part of that gang in the past, and now she's older or something else. Like when we're like Boba befriends someone, what if he befriended someone in the past?
Right.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. The one thing I would I that is a possibility, but it being Tatooine where she is what makes it seem
he's on
less.
Tatooine.
Yeah, he's away. I feel my guess is the writing is going to purposely keep the civilized and the uncivilized as two separate places to keep the like environment fresh. Since if we are only on one planet for the majority of the show, like the
Okay.
Tuscan wilderness frontier stuff, and then in the city, Deadwood. That's just it could be messy, but that's what I would do.
I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think a little asymmetrically,
Yeah,
given the pacing of the last episode, right? Like,
yeah.
and again, that's where I know we do a lot of fan math, where we go, this makes sense. So we do this, and that. And it's like, it, go back to your predictions as episode 1, The Phantom Menace, having seen the first trailer.
Yeah.
And then
It,
really line it up with what you saw,
but we also you're right, but we also have that Disney cashes fan checks, and that's when they are out of a good idea, and then they go just put Lando there or something like that.
I
So
thought for absolute certain that if we got the Sarlacc scene, we would have seen the deep fake
yeah.
Solo and Luke stuff in that. I mean, I was in the 90%, 95 percentile. So the fact that we didn't, my buddy of mine was saying, hey, they could keep showing you more scenes from that moment. I'm like, if they do that, this is really going nowhere. Like, please don't. Like, you had your chance. Don't keep going back. But what if it happened like this, like Clue?
Well, the only way I could see doing more of the skiff with if Han and Luke and that thread has any plot power. If it doesn't, if it has no relevancy to the plot whatsoever, then we have a big problem if they go back to the skiff. But but if it's like they are supposed to inform you of character of things that you may not know if you've never seen anything else. Everything is supposed to be designed that way. As we've talked about, though, the actual Sarlacc, how we got there was a bit. Man, I feel like I just, in a weird way, convinced myself that Luke and Han are not coming based off of that, because at that point, like you when you consider starting at the Sarlacc, there's a relevancy to it, how he got in there, or it's not important how he got in there, just that he was in there. And if it's just that he was in there, you can't have Han and Luke show up after. It's not important how he got in there. You have to put the reason that it's important at the start. Han and Luke put him in there in his mind. And then they didn't do that. So that makes me think no fucking Han, no fucking Luke.
Right.
You know?
That would make sense, but asymmetrically, they would do something. That Filoni, man, he's a cagey guy, man.
Yeah.
If anything Filoni does well, is he pulls off the Lucas, you thought you were going to get that, huh?
Yeah. He had to suffer through it for like 10 years.
Yeah. You got it from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because George was the kind of guy who was like, hey Dave, it's George. On Monday, we're going to start the Mandalorian stuff. Are you excited? I'll see you Monday. And then Monday shows up and he's like, so guess what, Dave? The Mandalorians are now peaceful. They don't fight. They're all white. They're basically a very nice white neighborhood.
Well,
what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Dave Filoni?
Let's go get a flat white and think about it.
He's like, you motherfucker, I'm going to wait you out. After you retire, I'm going to redo all this.
But I still got my Attack of the Clones Play-Doh fun factory. I can just stamp out all the clones I want. You're like, that's nothing to do with what I just said, Dave. But I could do it. I can make all my Play-Doh clones.
Okay, so you would have to accidentally hit no on number 10. We see a flashback scene. Of course, we see a flashback.
That's half the show, so
yeah. Yes. All right, Din Djarin cameo.
No,
absolutely not yet. Luke Skywalker cameo.
Nope.
Nope. I don't want anybody to get that scoop wrong because that would be fun. But I gotta say, I don't think it's happening. And if it is, what a mistake to not have
The first
had
episode.
not have had that in the first episode, and not just have it to have been more around the Sarlacc if that's where it was going to go. It seems more important at that point.
So, quick, relevant tangent.
Yeah.
Was chatting about the show on my daily walk yesterday to my buddy, who's a cinematographer. He wasn't a big fan of the episode, but we were being constructive about our conversations because you never know who's listening.
You guys are boycotting Disney now. You guys are starting taking out billboards and starting a GoFundMe to boycott Disney, right?
No. So like
cool. I mean, that's just an idea. That's just an idea of something you could do if you had a YouTube channel.
I know. So damn it, Jason. Like, it's a good way to keep me from talking. Damn it. I had the thought. Now I understand that scene from Hook more than anything. It's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
Sorry, but yeah, you and your cinematographer brother were on a walk, and you guys were being constructive. I thought that was good.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So it was my understanding when they were pitching this story was that Robert Rodriguez was directing all of them in a way, like it felt like, or writing a lot of it, or more than just show running, like doing a lot more.
Yeah.
And that cinematographer, right? And it was coming on from, was it Beverly Hills Cop or something? The 80s dude, right?
Yeah.
And then like 2 months ago, they're like, oh, and we got other directors. And I was like, where'd the other directors come from, right? Like, why wasn't that made a bigger deal? And then I'm like, what if they saw the footage and then we're like, we need other people like to come in, like maybe this whole series with the one dude not working out because of COVID or whatever else. Like, I'm just saying, like, maybe the shooting schedule, because I wonder if the weirdness of the first episode was what they saw and then they brought in other people.
Nah, because I
scrap it.
I mean, no, it's a theory, but based off of, I remember when Bespin Bulletin heard about Bryce Dallas Howard, and they wouldn't have been able to have known that it was good or bad yet, if it was just Robert Rodriguez. But yeah, and I think that
photographer, at least, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They have. But they did one. I mean, Greg Fraser only came on for like an episode of Mando. So
well, like right now, this show in terms of look and like the nighttime stuff, it always looked this. I think it always looked this bad. In a weird way, I think we just now we've hit a point where there's enough of it, and now people are starting to like say things like The Mandalorian and the Star Wars TV shows all look weird to me. Why is that? I don't understand. Like, people are starting to say that. It's like the version of, remember PAL versus NTSC when you would watch like Doctor Who, and you'd be like, why does this look weird? Like, why does this behave strangely to my eyes? That they're like starting to
PAL had better
hit
resolution though, weirdly.
But I almost feel like they feel like they cozied us up with it, because, like, you know, the nighttime outside Tuscan scenes and the other episodes don't look good either. I mean, they're serviceable, they're fine, they don't ruin it for me, but for some reason this one gets pointed out a hell of a lot more.
Well, like when you don't nail something out the park, people start lingering and bickering.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean? Like when you get your meal and it doesn't look like doesn't look like that cast meal over there.
Yeah.
Who got that same thing you ordered? You're like,
yeah,
potatoes are cold. Skins. I didn't want skins in mine.
Yeah. My son, he asked me if I would take him to get French fries yesterday, and I was like, fine, I'll get you French fries. You can have French fries, so fine. And then he's like, Dad, I'm really hungry. I want 2 French fries. And then I was like, no, you're not getting 2 French fries.
Orders or 2 fries?
He wanted 2. He was asking if he could have 2 orders of large fries.
Oh my, hell no.
And I said,
don't.
No, obviously. Obviously.
We had to share the fry when I was a kid. Like, what is this? 2 orders? You're just setting them up for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then they handed it to me, and it was like almost, it was barely a medium fry. And I was like, man, I don't want to be the fat guy saying there's not enough fries in my fries. but it was bullshit.
We used to share a small fry when I was
Yeah.
a kid. Small fry, man. In the 80s small fry, which ain't even the same size as the small fry we got now. So
Is the small fry now bigger?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger.
Yeah.
Here. Overseas, no. So.
Right. But they also put mayo on their fries, so whatever, Europe.
Yeah, but when mayo's
fresh, is that really a thing?
It tastes like mayo in a. Yeah, it does. But when mayo's fresh, it's lemony.
Uh-huh.
Like I make mayo here at the house, and when it's fresh, they make mayo. Like they don't get this oiled char.
Yeah.
Like wagoners in the old west, who have been just sitting there preserving for 10 years in oil like that. Our concept of mayo is pretty bad in this country.
Are you saying it's not best foods?
Man, I wish mayo in a packet was mostly like Best Foods in this country, because Best Foods is still a step above. I'm talking like Kroger or Dharma brand.
Dharma. You know what's kind of sad
about my nail care routine. No, I don't go get a manicure and a pedi during the COVID, so you caught me. Like I wanted to so bad, but with COVID, I don't go into a nail salon.
Somebody in the comments said that you get a manicure and a pedicure while you're watching the Book of Boba Fett, saying how much better you are than it.
Who said that? With your daughter? Such a little kid. I'm gonna Roy Kent that with the.
What cares? All right. So and then we're both saying yes to Grogu, right? He's going to be in it for sure.
I wish they would hide a Grogu in the background, like the old He-Man cartoons. Find Grogu, and at the end, Boba comes out. Did you find the Grogu?
What if we just saw his little skeleton, like in the sand, like out there
in the Sarlacc pit?
And then people are like, "Oh, that was just an Easter egg, right?" And then they keep like teasing that he's going to come back. Final episode of the modern Star Wars saga on TV. No, those were his bones. That was the big twist. It was in front of your face the whole time. You idiots. All right.
And then it becomes the darkest show on TV. Like instantly. It just becomes dark.
All right. Cobb Vanth. Cameo. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think we'll see Cobb Vanth in general? Him having the armor and stuff like that? Do you think him...
Do you think... No, I don't think Cobb Vanth has anything to do with this. I think that's a Mando season 3 or a Boba Fett season 2 thing.
Yeah. Because so, I'm kind of... What?
Scroll back up. Just scroll back up really quick. What was number 13?
Number 13 was Grogu's cameo.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were goofing.
No. That was for serious. I mean, he's rumored to be in the show, so it's what, you got 1 out of 7 chance or 2 out of 7 chance.
I don't believe that rumor. I mean, I don't believe any of it. Like,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just hoping that
that sounds like a Disney Plus Day style rumor to me.
Yeah, it does sound like a Disney Plus Day style rumor to me too.
We're gonna get a Grogu Christmas special. Makes a lot of sense.
All right.
It does, but we didn't.
That old Black Wookiee. Do you think we're going to see him in this next one?
I think that's the 3rd episode. I think the 2nd episode is reveal all the villains.
Yeah.
And Boba gets a little bit of revenge, and then he's going to need allies. He's going to need the team after that. It's like,
right.
So I would say not in this episode.
All right. So I think these next two go together. Probably Kyra and Cad Bane. They don't necessarily have to, though. I mean,
I would say Kyra, yes. Cad Bane, no.
Yeah,
like, because I think Cad Bane is like you if you have the mayor as a villain and then you have an Escalade, the villain behind the villain, right? Cad Bane to me is like, oh, when the mayor and his cronies don't work out, let's call in a bounty hunter. We need a bounty hunter to fight a bounty hunter, right? And then you get you bring in his rival. Like, just structure-wise, like, I could be 1,000% wrong, but structure-wise, I don't see them introducing the mayor, Kyra, and Cad Bane in
So when they
Very
introduce Kira,
Batman 66.
so if so for Kira to show up, there was the 4chan leak. That's like the quote leak, if it's even real. At this point, we don't know. And then we have her in the comic books. We have that piece of music, but that's not necessarily the Crimson Dawn theme necessarily, as much as it could be the Underworld theme. And so I'm like on the fence about it because I don't actually know.
Well, when I say reveal, I'm thinking it's just like the mayor turns off his, Boba leaves, the mayor turns on the hollow thing, and she's there. Like, I'm not saying like it's like in the way that Darth Maul was like a little bit at the end of the Solo movie. Like, I'm thinking more like she's more like that.
Yeah, I'm curious about how this is going to work in this episode or in this show. Like, can we cut over to Kira in a different place on her ship or wherever she may be? Can we cut over to that, or does everything pretty much have to follow what Boba sees and knows? Because, like, in a really strange way, if you overthink it, we're seeing Boba's dreams of what happened, of this post traumatic stress. He may be embellishing that shit. He may be playing out a lot worse in those dreams. You know what I mean? Than it really is.
He did kill the dog. He did murder the kid.
He totally killed that kid. In his dreams, he doesn't, but in real life, he totally got him.
If they did that, I'd be like, I love this show now. Like,
you're like, what?
Whoa!
Inception.
Like, whoa! Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I mean, it is. They in the dumbest ways they won't do this, but if they could use that to retcon it, if they ever wanted to. No, that was just his dream, you guys. Come on, pay attention, you idiots. Hey, we here at Disney think you're all stupid. Why are you guys so stupid all the time? Try harder. All right. So
we keep giving Disney all the blame, but Lucasfilm is its own company. When Pixar makes a shitty film, dude, I'm not blaming Disney. I'm blaming Pixar. Like, I feel Lucasfilm needs to own up to some of their choices.
Yeah, I see them all as the same thing, personally. But Cad Bane, we say no, because I keep going. Like, if you introduce Kira, what does she do? And the only thing that we know that she's rumored to do is give a command to this guy. And then he's told no, and then he's released later. But there's 7 episodes for that to happen, so it's a lot of time still. All right, we learn Sophie Thatcher's character's name. Do you think she like pulls up? She's like, "Name's Drash. My name's Drash Strongbad. How's it going? I'm here to get you out of here."
Made her Dash Rendar. Now Dash Rendar is a good old.
My dad was Dash Rendar. I'm Drash Rendar, and he left me here.
Trash Rendar. I left him because I'm trash.
Because there was a special edition of Star Wars when the Outrider flew over. That was my daddy leaving me here. I'm just like Rey, but punk rock.
They give her the Rey story, but the fan service one that we all figured. Where she had the greater destiny. Then her dad, Dash Rendar, is Matt Berry, and he's a shit dad. And that's the series I want now. Bastard. That's the series I want.
Man, it's kind of weird because it's like every scenario in my brain right now where we learn her name, and her name is Drash, sounds like dumb.
I say no.
What's your name, kid? Name's Drash. Been on these streets for a long time. I don't need a father. Leave me alone. And then he's like, "Why don't you come live with us in my magic Jabba the Hutt castle?" She's like,
"Why does this hellish wasteland of a planet have better homeless laws than Los Angeles County?"
Oh shit! You have no idea how fucking depressing it is to drive. I mean, it's bad. I'm gonna go with we may meet her, but we won't learn her name. I think we may just see her pulled up at the end in some way. I feel like it could go that way, but all right. Jordan Bolger's codename Scad. I'm gonna say even less to Scad. So I'm gonna say those two animals go together. All right, you name it. No, must be legitimate. No freebie answers this season. What does that mean? You name it. I don't remember this part now.
The name of the episode?
Oh, okay. Must be a legitimate and no freebie answers. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Or
So
we name the character?
yeah, I think if you name it, I'm guessing it means naming the episode.
Oh, I don't. What's a Heinlein? It's Friday. The book's called Friday.
Um,
the Dunes of
all right.
Steel.
About
Like,
about Rebecca Black, sure did grow up.
that's clickbait, Jason. You're used to writing clickbait. Like, you poor soul. You've been clickbaiting them headlines for 4 years. Man. Just can't help yourself.
I can't. Rebecca
2010 clickbait too, man. Like,
what
are you
is
doing? Like,
what Rebecca Black? What she look like now? Okay.
The minute you type Rebecca, I'm thinking like Kirstie Alley from Cheers. Horrible replacement. I mean, not bad. I mean, good foil, but like,
Yeah, she was no Shelley Long though.
no.
Yeah, Shelley Long was just like pretentious and funny.
I really think because Shelley Long's character Diane dated Frasier initially, right? That Lilith should have been the foil. Because I mean, think about that personality type, and that actress who played Lilith was just, man, she was on fire at that time. You know.
Are you have you heard that rumor that they were trying to bring it back, like more Frasier?
No.
Yeah, it's like
Let it go.
yeah, he wants it back. He wants it back.
I bet he does.
He's
I
like,
watched Curb season 11. He's like, I can do more. It's like, unless Larry David right now, I don't think so.
yeah. Well,
Maybe
okay,
it would be
so
Boba is in it or something dumb like that.
Stranger in a Strange Land 2. No?
Okay, my freebie is Tuscan Kid dies.
But okay. So you name it as just say whatever you think is going to happen.
Yeah, Tuscan Kid dies.
Tuscan Kid. Tuscan Kid dies. What are we saying? Suicide? What are we saying?
Huh? I don't know. I just said Tuscan Kid dies.
Yeah.
Suicide.
I mean,
he starts listening to Kurt Cobain, takes the wrong message.
Yeah. Tuscan Kid dies. But comes back.
Like I could see Boba going to help those anchorhead people.
Yeah.
But the kid gets it from the gang, kind of thing, you know?
All right. Our response has been recorded. Whoa. I got all up in your face just now. Yeah. All right. So we did it. Go and do yours, you guys. Like I said, the link is in the old description. And then let's see. Okay. Was there anything in the chat that I totally ignored for the past like 30 minutes or whatever? Is Rob sleeping? No, he's awake. What? Just look at him, dude. God, I don't understand how time works. So, okay.
I got behind him. My dog had to go to the vet. I was just running late, and I'm not texting while I'm driving.
Oh yeah, of course.
Got a pet in the car. I can't.
Just give
all the possibilities.
Just give him the wheel, dude. Just put his little paw on the wheel.
Texting Jason to be on a show where they call me an asshole and wish me death.
Look,
probably not.
Look, asshole. Look. This is like a paw. He could just do this while he can just hold on to the wheel, and he can just be like, "I'm coming, dude. I'll be there in 1 second. Hey, got this idea. What if Ben Solo comes back? What do you think about that one? Ever seen anyone ever said that before?
Did you see that video I sent you?
Which one?
Ratatouille.
No.
Someone mixed in Ratatouille making the soup, and they replaced the critic with Adam Driver. And he pours them, and he's like, "I'm gonna have nachos because nachos are fucking great. Nachos!" And he's the cat, the rat's like, and he's like, it's so stupid, but it's good stupid. My kind.
Yeah. No, I don't know what happened. I didn't see that. Um, Star Wars Santa says Fennec wants to kill people even when Boba doesn't. Have to say that it's likely to see her kill plenty of goons this season. Yeah, I kind of think so too. The
Next
only
episode, though, I didn't say no. It's the whole season. Like
yeah
this next episode.
yeah I'm kind of curious if they had any kind of like thing where they're like, oh, we need to, they have to fight, and there has to be some action scene in every episode, or if they would do one where it's just Boba goes to see the mayor. I mean, wouldn't it be cool though if Boba did show up and he got like a big old key to Mos Espa, and he's like, Boba, I want you to be the Grand Marshal in the the Mos Espa Rose Parade, and then they're just like, oh,
Like
we
an
would
old
be
Batman
honored.
episode where they have a big physical key.
Yeah, totally. And he's like, hey, he's like, I thought we were gonna fight, and he's like, yeah, I'm a hammerhead. We're known for our wicked sense of humor, and then that's it. That's the end of it. That
Hammer time.
Robert Rodriguez is
Mm.
Boba Fett. All right, yeah. So Boba takes the red and black dude to the mayor. Right, that's true. That is true. He does do that. The ninja that Fennec captured and brings back. Which, by the way,
Night Swan. What are they called?
yeah, Nightwind.
That
Nightwind.
was.
Which I'm pretty
It's just a fart in the wind, man.
I think Nightwind is like when your girl like spoons up to you and then you fart on her. That's the Star Wars Nightwind. No?
No, Nightwind is when Dick Grayson, likes to wear a wig.
Nightwig.
Yeah.
All right. Ducky says the mayor's aide had his own poster. I wonder if he's going to be a big deal. I was thinking about him, and I heard iMagic Maker say it as well on Star Wars Santa's show, but I had the same idea. I think the mayor at some point, if the mayor gets toasted, he just jumps over to Boba and he just plays to the because they had that moment where he's like, keep an eye on that one, and it's like that is a small investment in a character who's, if he's totally unimportant, if he has no play in the future, it saying that's just a waste of real estate in terms of lines. So I have a feeling he may become like a regular on the show, or in Boba's court over pretty quickly. Oh, prune
It'd be
face.
great if the mayor was voiced by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, though, right?
It turns out we learned that prune face was actually a testicle of Darth Plagueis that he cut off and then brought back to life using the power of the Force, because he has that power. It's not a legend that the Jedi would tell you. And yeah, because prune face is a walking ball.
Doku gets drunk. Sometimes he rambles on about some legends he shouldn't share with young ones, and that's why he had to leave.
That's why I had to go.
Yeah, we asked him to go before it became a problem.
Why do they call him the Count? Because his number's high. All right, Ducky Momo. I think the captured assassin is going to be the first fed to the Rancor, and yeah, but we know he makes it back. He makes it over to the mayor, and that right there is probably the most positive sign that that's actually who sent him, which I think we knew. I think my only question right now is, did the lady in the fancy cantina tip the mayor off? Is she in on the whole thing? Because that seems possible.
Why I like Beals.
Dale says switch to TV, but I had to turn the volume up to 40 to 50. Are we just like super quiet today? Still, or
No,
this
is
from
before?
before?
Before you
This,
fix it.
I don't know how time works. I told you, because I'm,
it's parallel.
It's all parallel. The past is now. You're being born. You're dying. All at this moment. So think about it. Marty says Swoop Bite Girl and her crew are fighting with the bandits. Huh.
Which is why I started thinking, of Swoop Girl, a past scene.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, maybe you guys are onto something. Huh. that would, I mean, if they did do it that way, it could allow them to use her in like different ways as well, in the sense that they could have her showing her at one point being very close to them, and then different times when she's not, and they don't actually have to like work it all out linearly. They could just kind of like play it in. They could do that. I don't know if they will though, but
Just 15 minutes either way. That's why I'm like, that really crunches
yeah,
the ability. I mean, look, it could be longer. It could be,
yeah,
20 minutes each. So, these episodes aren't, as we know, these episodes aren't the same. It was like when WandaVision first showed up, I was like, 27 minutes?
yeah,
Really? Like, okay. Like that was my only complaint. I was like, that's weird.
yeah, yeah. It's better. It is better when you get more time with it. I would rather have longer episodes, but less if that's what they had to do. Personally, Star Wars Santa, you need to stay up. You need to get up. He drinks that fancy energy drink in his coffee cup on his show.
Really?
It's not
monsters.
He's just drinking Monster.
Santa is a monster.
I mean, it would be pretty rad. Santa represents the monster inside. But yeah, it would be kind of rad though if he got like sponsored, like all of a sudden
by Honeycomb, and he's just like, Santa is a honeycomb monster.
By Monster.
By okay.
Yeah, by Monster. It's like Monster energy drink. Do you ever see that video of that like radical Christian lady who says that, who's like, the Monster energy drink? It is 3 slashes, which are symbols of the Holy Trinity. She like goes off on this whole thing for like 45 minutes.
Psychos, man.
It's fun though. It's fun. I'm like midway through, I'm like, yeah, let's get them. Let's go get some Monster energy drinks and go after them.
See, I used to think the people who called into Coast to Coast AM were like just doing that for fun half the time, right? Or there was just maybe it's like a dozen people, but I don't know if Coast to Coast helped create this, or if that was actually what was seeding underneath the surface, like in the opening to Blue Velvet the whole time.
Chicken and the egg, I say chicken and the egg. What came first, chicken or the egg? Because I think they play into each other. I think they both exist muted, but then they meet.
Does Mos Espa have a dark side underneath? Because I don't know, man. Like,
2 words
normal right now.
3 words: adult kidster porn. It has a dirty underworld. That's what we find out he is. Kidster's growing up to be a porno star.
The wizarding world of Kidster. Like, look at my wand. It's like, whoa. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Whichever show uses Kidster has my vote. Does Han? So he was asking, is Boba doing all of this to draw out Han Solo?
No.
That would be a lot of work, like taking over the criminal underworld.
Doesn't even care.
Yeah, what do you think Han Solo's doing right now? Probably just like on Endor, hanging out with Princess Leia, like having little baby Kylos.
Well, we knew what he was doing 5 years after Jedi when we read Out of the Empire. Now, let's see. It was 5 years, but how many years before Force Awakens is this?
This is like 5 to 6 years after, and that's when Kylo's born, and so it's about 25 years before, somewhere in the 25 to 30 range, probably.
All right, okay. Do you think Han takes Leia back to Tatooine to get another bikini? That's where they made Kylo.
No. Kylo's born at this point. This is when they're making Rey Solo. What? And then Leia's like, I don't want to be a mom. I'm giving it up for adoption. And Han's like, I'm getting out of here. Come on, Chewbacca. Chewbacca just steps out of the shadows. They take off. And then retcon.
Fly by Jakku. That the battle was already done. He just chucks the kid out. Later,
Han,
kid.
Han promised me one thing. If she ever asked, where she came from. Just say she's a Palpatine, really fuck with her head, so she leaves us alone. Okay.
You think they'd ever do the Battle of Jakku probably as like a Disney Plus thing, or do you think they would? I don't think they'd ever show it in the theaters, right?
I think if they had a Rebel story that was taking place in that time frame for some reason, then that would be something that you could turn into the culminating battle and link in, like probably. But it is kind of a weird. It's in such a weird place, like in the timeline, because it's just like really like the end of the original trilogy era is what it's supposed to kind of be. But when I'm looking at Mando, which is 5 years after, it's not really looking. It doesn't really look like it's moving out of the original trilogy era at all. It's only been 5 years, but hasn't really moved out of it.
That would be like an Ahsoka show thing. They would do the Jakku, like a big culmination battle thing.
Yeah.
Last stand.
I can't remember if Harris and Dula was supposed to have been in that battle or not. Can't recall. But yeah. So all right. What else we got here? Han and Carbonite should count since it's our gaming channel. All right. So my volume. Wow, I'm way back in time. I'm starting to understand how this time works now.
I think Carbonite. I don't think we're gonna see that. That would be weird because he's already had a Carbonite. So we have to go. I guess they have to show an Empire Strikes Back flashback, not an episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see episode 2 being the place for that.
I think the Tusken warrior who kicks Boba's ass is his sister, Omega. So, yeah.
Lefko Graphics could have a very successful YouTube channel with
that. Joel says I'm too loud now.
That was before you.
I don't know. I didn't change shit. I just turned it all up. I'm like, yeah, fucking 10, dude. Fucking going all the way, bro. So
Battle of Jakku is on Battlefront.
See, I like the way that left coast thinks. I just want to see Bosk rolling in his Cap 2 Kenner mini rig. That'd be fucking sweet. As he's like, I am Bosk. Look at my floaty arm thing. It has like that claw, and he picks up the claw and like it gets a drink. Remember those Radio Shack?
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that like Naboo looking Vespa that a biker chick was rolling in the trailer scene, I was like, that's very much like if Kenner kept making Phantom Menace toys after the Phantom Menace. Like here's Padme's, Vespa. Like it's a Nubian.
Here's Drash Benatar. Drash Benatar is her name.
They're gonna think you're shitting on her.
Her name is
Trash Benatar.
I mean, her name could have been Trash Benatar. Think about it. If you just think about it, but we will learn why your name's.
Someone was complaining. Some idiot was it. What's the fucking dumbass musician who's always fucking bitching about shit? I think he was complaining about
all of them.
I know, man, but you know what I mean. Like Mad fucking number one.
Kid Rock when he got on that giant wiener and he flipped it off
before Kid Rock. But someone was complaining about Pat Benatar being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm like, that was 7 years. 7 years ago, or whatever, the greatest bands list on Time Magazine. It was something that was 7 years ago. I was like, a little late to the party on that fucking complaint.
But also, totally, if you remember who Pat Benatar is in 2022, that's a Hall of Famer right there. That's not some esoteric, like, oh, have you ever heard of this guy who played rhythm guitar on a Lou Reed song once? It's not like it's that or something, But Rancor Keeper's daughter wearing her dad's official Rancor uniform. All right. Sounds cool.
That might be the one weirdest thing that makes the most sense.
I thought you were going to say that might be the one weirdest thing we've ever seen anybody write on this show.
Yeah, but and I go, this actually makes sense though, right? It's fucking because she has the scent, and Mochi or the Rancor could like scent her, like doesn't hurt her because
with their flapjacks just hanging out, with their flapjacks just right out there.
You say flapjacks, and I want to eat some IHOPs. Don't
Yeah.
High pitch Eric and me gonna go get some flapjacks.
Yeah. Oh, I like that strawberry jelly.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Right? Isn't it great? Oh, this is the best.
His name is Hammerhead. So yeah, isn't that getting in the past? I predict Rob will complain a lot. Oh, James is throwing punches. Did they connect?
Yeah, but they're little like pussy slaps.
I don't know. I mean,
he's a jazz guy. He's
jazz. I'm the jazz man.
Yeah. You know how many of my jazz friends were, I would fucking kick your ass. I'm like, I know, but he's like a white jazz guy. He's like, he's Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean? He's not.
And like fourth, I think it was fourth grade. We watched Aladdin on a rainy day, and this kid in my class mentioned Jasmine, and I said, "Nah, her name is Jasmine," and then the kid believed me, and he called Jasmine Jazzman. Sorry, I just had to scare.
In space, hey, look, in Star Wars, she would have been Jizzman. So
Jizzman, think about it.
That there's some people on the internet yesterday on Twitter who just figured out what Star Wars jazz is officially called, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, but that was never not funny. That's the other thing about it, is it wasn't like, oh God, nobody called it jizz back then. No, everyone was calling it jizz back then. It was a funny idea even then.
I found out, I want to say 92, 93-ish around there. It was when they had this tall box set of the Star Wars soundtrack came out, like one of those long boxes.
Oh, those like black with like the silver.
You had like a painted cover, and you open it, and it had like all the B-sides and unreleased stuff. And the jizz thing, I think, was in there.
Before John Williams sold out, like when the B-sides, it was all the good stuff, like for like a real fan.
It was unused themes, which I wanted to use for our role playing games, because I would make soundtracks for the role play when we would do the role playing game. Like I can use some unused tracks.
It'd be cooler if you just did it with your mouth, like just like boom, 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 and then you got the job on Mando singing the end song. I mean, on Boba Fett when he sings. Boom, 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 boom.
Why couldn't we get the music from the first trailer as the Boba Fett theme? We got this
because
is weird.
Because Robert Rodriguez had this idea, and it was like boom, 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 boom. And then he's like, just keep that.
I give credit to the person who's composing the music in the episode, because they really made it work. But when it kicks into the theme at the end, I'm like, this is a little goofy. It's a little World of Warcraft here. Don't you think? Like,
my only problem with it, I actually rather like it, but there's something about the way that it's recorded, maybe the fidelity of it. I don't know, something about it though, and I immediately it doesn't have any grit to it whatsoever, and so I could hear like a group from Harvard who does this as their extracurricular activity in their fancy fucking sweaters.
Andy from The Office?
Yes, Andy from The Office singing that. And I should not. I should be thinking of like in the Eclipse trailer. Remember that tar man with the guy like with drums and shit?
Each one wears a sweater that says B and then O and then B and then A. Right?
Yeah. but I mean, but it's supposed to like you're it feels it sounds very college. It's not
Fett
that bad,
Quartet.
I don't mean to say Quartet. Call the vocalist like college level. I don't mean to say it like in a bad way. It just it sounds too like this world. It needed something, some kind of maybe modulation or something.
It needed drums.
Like
it needed drums. Like when I hear that, I'm like, that's like when you do a temp track, you're like, I think it's like boom, 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 and then you go get the drums and you do it.
Viking style fucking drums. Those guys were probably in the Eclipse trailer. They couldn't get them, so like Eclipse got that one. Book of Boba Fett just won't have drums this year.
Taken. Filoni's like, oh shit, we just hum it. We could just hum it.
Just hum it out.
I'm not a hum. I'm a
Let's hum it
hummer.
out. Yeah.
I drive a Hummer and I hum. I'm
Uh,
humming in a Hummer.
Hammerhead
Day, we
is
get it.
innocent. They
I hear it in Peter Griffin's voice. That's why I'm laughing. Yeah,
yeah.
Hammerhead is innocent.
Daniel says they threw in an incongruent looking shot from Attack of the Clones, so who knows how well these things will fit in at the end of the run.
So that's a new shot. That's not a shot from the movie. That's a new shot with a Daniel Logan wig.
No, one
Because they
one
were comparing it, they're totally different.
no
Even the
the
backgrounds aren't the same.
Daniel maybe he was wrong. Daniel Logan said the shot of the with the that when he picks it up is new, but the long shot is just repurposed. So it is Daniel Logan in there. They even
Okay.
credited him. They even credited him in the episode as being like
Oh.
the first cast member, or the
It's
first
the
appearance.
droids. What's crazy is the background is not the same. There's
Yeah.
far less stuff.
So Attack
Camera
of the
work was
Clones
better.
isn't canon, or Book of Boba Fett isn't canon because one of them is not canon, and I will only accept one as canon. Which one's G canon? Oh, Attack of the Clones. Guess Book of Boba Fett doesn't count. Not staying up tonight, going to bed, not
Well, to
watching
be
it.
fair, it's Boba's recollection. Like back there is a hidden pair of giant scissors and wax lips too. You know, like he has weird memories of how shit went down.
The girl from Jabba's palace is Laudica, says Chris Spearman.
Fuck is Lotica? Like,
I don't know.
man, those esoteric names, Chris Spearman, like that is some. That's I mean, it's a whatever. It's just Schmodown shit right there.
You
That's
got a
like
Laudica.
title belt. Like really, like you gotta. I mean, you gotta. Was that an Aftermath or Tales from Jabba's Palace? Probably Tales from Jabba's Palace. Like everything on this
Yeah.
show comes back to Tales from Jabba's Palace.
So Mandalorians are a nice white suburb. I guess I should be on the lookout for any Darth Mauls from the hood. That's you said it, not me, Ducky Momo. All right, so Mandalorians.
You
Yeah, that's
did
one
say
right here.
it though. You
I
just
did.
didn't read it.
I was reading it for the first time. I can't do two things at once, unfortunately. Wait. What is this, Johnny? Johnny just messaged me. Rob not getting the nail joke. Oh well. 27 minutes ago. Now I don't even know what the nail joke was, but I just saw it right now. Anyways, Rob, while you were playing with crayons last night, I found myself wondering about your nail care routine. Okay, yeah. So
I answered. I'm not going into it. Before the pandy, my wife and I got mani patties together. After, I take care of my teeth and my cardio. Like the nails, just I don't give a shit. So
yeah,
I clip them, and that's that. Like,
right.
what am I? I got other shit to do.
Do you think we're going to start to see a less empty Jabba's palace as he recruits his loyalist and puts together his crew? Return of the Jedi, the palace was swarming with all sorts of cretins. So I'm going to say I don't think so. I think Jabba was just like a big old fat dude who had a bunch of free drugs and people hung out with him for that. And he slept in his living room because he couldn't get up to go into his bedroom anymore. And yeah, so I kind of think that you look at that Godfather room, the Godfather when you first meet him at the wedding and he's in his office. I think that's his office. And I think I prefer Jabba's palace looks way more fun for sure. But it definitely, I don't see it as getting full of a bunch of hanger-ons. I don't think that being a mafia boss or whatever entails giving everybody like a hangout playhouse, like clubhouse place.
They were
to
just
chill.
sleeping in his chamber. Remember, they were all like high and just sleeping there. All of them.
Yeah, they were all just
Jabba
like
was there.
partying the night away. Yeah, they just.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody just got up and stabbed Jabba in his sleep. I mean, that's how I would have done it. I would have just partied with them and stabbed them in the sleep.
But then the party is over, so better to.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to kill Jabba, though, I mean, surely
his
people
entourage,
did.
man. Yeah.
But maybe Cobb Vanthitha or whatever her name was that he mentioned, or Laudica. Maybe she just kept an eye out. Maybe she was a light sleeper and she say, "Hey Jabba, that dude over there is gonna stab you." So okay, Mark says, I think we'll see Cobb in a few episodes time as a flashback. Because you could do a story where he tries and fails to get the armor, but boy, are people going to take that one hard after the first episode when he just kind of gets shocked a little bit and like needs a bath. I mean,
If
look at that guy.
anything, look, if they were smart, hey man, I got an itch. If they were smart, they would end the show with something where in the past where he needed the armor. He decides to take over Tatooine, but he needs his armor to do so, and that leads right into the Mando episode, right? Like, so like the Fetbacks end. I'm gonna make that a thing. The Fetbacks end with the beginning of his appearance in Mando
Okay.
in this season. So
Yeah. Yeah.
because we don't want 3 seasons of Boba Fett doing Fetbacks. Do we want to like 3?
Yeah.
Let's not
That's
make that like when Lost had to make that. Like when they came back to the island, when they left and came back to the island at the same time, I'm like, that's a perfect time to just move time forward now. Like that season was so cool. But then they're like, no, now we gotta keep doing it. And it's like, oh shit.
yeah.
Like
Just
don't do
accelerating.
yeah.
But what better way to build his empire than with what he already knows? I mean, that would make sense to some extent. I mean, but it also like just kind of the vibe I'm getting though is if he goes too far into that way, he becomes a Grief Karga type, and the Grief Karga type doesn't seem to be what Boba Fett is aiming for. That seems it feels a connection pretty low rung, like a very low boss level kind of criminal thing who runs that stuff. So I'm not sure. I mean, I know
Yeah,
they
the Trandoshan seems more like the Grief Karga type. Remember he was like she was like I used to work for him. This gotta be weird, kind of like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it really wouldn't surprise me if it did go that way. Our RF Gaming channel says, "Yep, Fraser is coming back. Might be Peacock exclusive. Not sure." So, yeah, does the world need more Fraser? We'll find out. I did love that little dog. He was adorable. Freebie equals we return to Tashi Station. Okay. So the Battle of Jakku was on Battlefront. That's true, but it doesn't really. It has just like one story of it. No, and the books kind of tell another part of it. You know, it's all mashed around. But at the end of the day, all that's really set up is it's like almost the final battle where the Empire is drawn out for the last big hot part of the war until they move into a Cold War, and so yeah, they could make it more important down the road. I wouldn't be surprised. So I wonder if Chris says, I wonder if Boba will try to get a new Rancor or new beast. Yeah, if he's not out there in the desert killing him. Wouldn't it be cool if he threw that guy down there and then that thing was just there without its head? And it was like, we don't die when we lose our heads. You've damned me to hell, Boba Fett. You damned me to hell. No. All right.
The ultimate Harryhausen would if he ripped the head off and then it grew 2 more.
Yeah.
Like that's some escalation. Like, oh shit. Really?
Yeah. Stop doing that.
And so then they cut because they don't want to film it because of time and money. And so then they get to the Tuscan and he's just carrying like a sack of heads.
Yeah.
Like, there you go. Then you're like, Boba, what happened? Like, it was tough.
Yeah.
We got them all.
So, and what Rick is saying seems to be the most logical assumption for how a Rancor is there, if anybody should ask. I doubt he's going to go meet Moochie. Maybe he does. I don't know. I mean, there's only a couple of things that you could have Boba Fett say, and I think meet Moochie is definitely one of them. Chris mentions the Nard dog. Yeah, I mean, do you hear that when you hear it a little bit? Does it sound a little like the Nard dog and his friends might be singing it?
I got a friend from the t-shirt days who I always call him Big Tuner.
Yeah,
and I think to this day he hates me because
yeah,
he hates it, and he's a little bit of a short guy too, so he does. doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But
That's who I was
Victor,
thinking
he's the
too.
nice guy. He's Jim in the office. Ted
Ted
Nugent. Yeah,
Ted
that's who.
Nugent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. I've deleted that name from my memory banks. It will be gone by tomorrow. I guarantee. I won't remember him. So.
Yeah. So Chris says, rumor has it in Return of the Jedi, it was Nautica's birthday, explaining the large crowd that day. Fucking, fucking,
That's such a West End Games
what?
moment.
I,
Where was
yeah.
the pinata? Like my birthday had to have a pinata. Like I had to have. That was my favorite. When I discovered what pinatas were, I was like, we get to whack a giant Superman with fucking candy in it. Like I was it's the happiest day of my life.
My Mexican self was like, did Rob just say?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
uh, all right. Well,
Boba dreams. Come on.
Boba dreams. Yeah. So I think we'll call this one a show. We filled out the form. We've turned in our homework, and then we'll be back tonight at, I'm going to say, 1 a.m.
It's Jizz Hands, RF Gaming Channel.
Jizz
He
hands.
says, now I need a shirt with the cartoony Boba Fett saying meet Moochie with jazz hands. It's Jizz Hands.
What if we learned that Figurin Dion got that job in the other place because he didn't want to play Jizz no more. They were like, they're like, get out of here, man. So he went and joined that band.
Like, Scum and Villainy is the name of that cantina, right?
And the one in LA?
LA?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta imagine number 2 name was Jizz Station, or like like Tashi Station, but it's where they played the jizz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wife had to be like, no, we're not risking total bankruptcy for the Jizz Station.
I want there to be
Okay.
like just like a guitar off in that cantina too. And they're like, what? Oh no, he's jizz welling. He's jizz welling all over himself. Look at him go. And then it's like, you just see him with that like that thing, you know. But yeah, we will be live tonight, right after the show. We're not going to watch it with you, you know. Not your fucking mom, Chris. All right, I'm not going to hold your hand while you watch it, okay? But
I came this close. My wife wouldn't let me do it. But when I was a kid, I had a Pac-Man aluminum TV tray. It looked like the Pac-Man level where you could and I would play. And I found one on eBay. And she's like, you're not spending $150 on a I'm gonna try for a 5-year-old.
That sounds cool though.
But I could have it again.
Yeah.
It could come back to me, Pac-Man TV tray.
Wait, how much was it?
150, I think.
Oh man, I bet if you just keep your eye out, you could get it for 40. I bet you. But
we'll see.
Luke Miller
all
says,
rusted up and shit though. Like it was in good condition.
Luke Miller says that Chapter 2 is directed by Filoni and will probably be 45 minutes. Episode 3 will be directed by Jon Favreau, which will be probably closer to 50 minutes.
If that's true, I'm telling you, I'm putting my money down that they got the Robert Rodriguez footage and we're like, we need to bring the team in on this.
No.
I know you say no. I know you say no. I before we go, I got one other question, but we can finish. I know you say no, but okay. The question I have was Star Wars 7x7 did a whole preview for like the movies and stuff coming up from Star Wars. And he was saying that the script for Rogue Squadron was complete. Is that true? I thought they just announced who was writing it. I didn't realize.
I don't believe the script is complete. In fact,
I was under the assumption that it's complete because he was trying to line up production with The Force Awakens. I mean, right now that means we're at the 4-month mark. I'm like, I still think they're writing. Like, as far as
no. I mean, the last concrete thing that I don't even know, the last concrete rumor that we heard was that she was leaving Cleopatra to go work on it. So if there was
I assume to finish the script too.
Yeah, to go work on it doesn't imply go direct it. It implies to go work on it to get it up to snuff to go into actual production. Yeah, so I don't think so, but we'll have to.
I wonder where that came from.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like just a classic case of they'll get the wires crossed. Happens to me all the time. It's a thing.
He's pretty rational too. He doesn't like make shit
Sure.
up, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't make up that story though that he saw you in a Hollywood video with a Django Fett behind you, and I was like,
This is
I
well,
was, I
this is
was like,
Blockbuster.
yeah,
Hollywood Video was where I found a brand new pristine copy of Chrono Trigger for $20
nice,
when they were trying to get rid of all their Super Nintendo's stuff. And I
yeah,
took it to the table, and the guy was like, "Where'd you get this?" I'm like, "It's the bin, $20." And he was
good,
like, "I'm like, yeah, I get it."
yeah, you messed up,
clearly mad.
yeah, yeah. My friend, we weren't really friends, but he rented me Tromeo and Juliet from Hollywood Video, and then we never gave it back. We just kept
No
it
late fees.
with no
No
late
late
fees
fees on
forever.
Hollywood Video.
And we still got it. Still got it somewhere. A VHS copy of
He's like, and now I
Tromeo.
can't buy a house because I put a lien on me over the fucking video.
Hollywood Video's going hard after people that didn't return videos. Like, we need that money today. Man, we're Hollywood Video. Have you seen us anywhere lately? It's
Steve
hard.
Mnuchin became the CEO after the whole Trump thing.
Oh God.
He's the one who ran Sears in the ground. I was there when they bought Sears, and I was at the t-shirt company. And I was like, "Hey, just so you know, Sears is going down. I hope you guys don't plan on that money helping anytime soon." And they're like, "What do you mean? That's our second biggest client." I'm like, "They're going down. This dude, he's like a Mitt Romney. Walks in, and they just bleed the store to death. Just letting you know, as part of he's a wrecking crew. I think is what I
Yeah.
called it. You know, and then that's exactly what happened." So.
New acquisitions. That's what he says. Yeah, pay that late fee because Hollywood Video is back in business. Because
you hear big box video rental stores killed the mom and pops video stores.
Yeah.
And I always preferred the mom and pop video stores. But video stores in general gave us one thing we still can't get to this day, and the ability to just rent a fucking video game for 3 days.
I thought you were going to say porn. I really thought you were going to say porn.
No, I don't want porn.
Yeah,
I'm saying that
it really felt like
to rent a video game like that. That was really how I was able to play anything. Was when you could finally rent video games at these stores, because my dad wasn't buying a game, so I'd go and rent. You know, I'd have 3 days to beat Breath of Fire. Like, that was tough, but I would do it.
Yeah.
So
I would just rent Paperboy a lot. I was like, Paperboy
rented
sounds
arcade
nice.
games.
Yeah, Paperboy was fun. It was like
Maniac
a guy
Mansion?
on the hoop. Yeah, I own that one. That was a buyer. You bought Maniac Mansion.
I beat Maniac Mansion on a rental, and then when Nintendo games went dirt cheap when Super Nintendo came out, my dad was like, "You can get anything you want now because they're fucking $5." And I still bought Maniac Mansion. I loved it that much. You know?
Yeah. Maniac Mansion's great. The old Family Channel TV show. I haven't seen that on Disney Plus. Lucasfilm, I think, owns that, right? I wonder if they actually,
Well, I actually wonder if that's a Canadian station probably has some rights to it.
Yeah, well, we should make that our personality. Is that we want Maniac Mansion on Disney Plus?
Claymation.
No, we want the old show on Disney Plus. We don't. Yeah, we want to live in the past. Yeah. No, that's going to be our thing. That's our personality now.
Terrible.
It's too late.
The only thing good about the past is no COVID.
We're those Maniac Mansion TV guys who want the Family Channel Maniac Mansion back on Disney Plus.
Oh no! Even Eugene Levy's like, don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, by the way, on today's featured image, I got to put the Book It sign, and I was pretty happy. You remember Book It, where you got the pizza? You read the book, and
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Do we get a pizza now?
Yeah, so tonight you could get a free pizza on you.
You want my Book It quick story? My quick book. I got one quick Book It story. I doubt that'll ever come up ever again.
The Book It's going to come up all the time, just so you know. But yeah, go ahead.
I had that Book It free pizza thing, but my dad refused to go to the Pizza Hut because when we first moved to Lakeside, we went. My mom was the manager of this Pizza Hut Red Roof, right, the restaurant, when it was still a restaurant before the delivery. So he was like, he didn't want to go back there after the divorce because they all hate him and shit. And so I decided to run away from school one day because I was, my mom had abandoned me and I had issues. So I was like, I'm running away. and my plan for food was the pizza. So I had to book it in my pocket. So I make it all the way down to the Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I cash this in? And they looked at me and they're like, where's your parents? And I just ran out the door and went back to school.
Yeah.
Didn't take much, you know? But
Yeah.
man, when you're a little kid walking into a Pizza Hut on your own, that waft of pizza
Yeah. It
and
smells
shaved
good.
ice hit you. It smells the best. It
Yeah.
smells the best.
Man. Mine had Rampage back in the day. That was
Mickey
great.
Thompson's Off-Road Racing is what they had.
Thompson's
Mickey
Off-Road
Thompson.
Racing. Yeah. Man, there was this one really weird pizza buffet place that came out for like 10 minutes. I don't know if it's around anymore, but it was like a pizza buffet and it had macaroni and cheese pizza. And it was surprisingly fucking rad.
We wrapped your carbs in a carb shell.
Yeah. Afterwards, you just want to sleep and sleep and sleep.
That's how Boba got that gut. Like Joe Rogan, it was just a lot of pasta. And nothing to do with HGH. Just pasta.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do this again in like 12 hours?
Yep. In about 12 hours and 15 minutes, we'll be back here talking about whatever just happened in the new Star Wars show. So come in.
I'm going to assume logging into Disney Plus won't be a problem tonight. Whatever shade that implies.
Nah, it always works. It always works.
Always works. Okay.
Chris says that place was in Buena Park Mall, mac and cheese pizza. Buena Park Mall is a good time. That's where we used to go to get our anime back in the day. So it was one of the few places you could go to buy anime. It was at the Buena Park Mall. Brent Rodman.
And I want my name to be Project A-Hole, like Project A-Co.
All right, B-holes. You guys hear that, B-holes? The A-hole has a new name.
We have to go save C-hole now. C-hole.
And the big reveal is on the D-hole. What? Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We'll be back tonight. So have a good time. And I hope you enjoy the show. Don't come watch the show if you haven't watched the other show. You'll be mad because we're going to spoil it all for you. So, all right.
It's not about spaceships.
Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show.
It's not about spaceships.
We did it.
Oi.
Oi, Dad.
Fuck.
Oi, Dad, we did it.